collegiate and NBA levels. He tosses it.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Do this all over
Golden
again.
State Warriors.
Oh, they're going to call a foul on Kevon Looney. I wonder if that was
The offensive foul out the gate.
I'm sure.
So, I'm not even going to try to bury the lead here. Well, welcome to Golden State, Dennis Schroder, his first game as a Warrior. He's starting. Okay. That's interesting. They put him in that starting lineup. Okay, always interesting when a guy gets traded for a non-starter but gets placed into the starting lineup. That's interesting to me. That tells me the Warriors clearly thought their two-guard situation was flawed. So Warriors trying out a whole new team, a whole new point guard, with Schroder. There's his first bucket as a Warrior against a very tough, gritty Grizzlies team whenever they show up to play. They don't show up every night, but they're good. I would say one of the West's best. When they decide to play. Remember, Draymond continues to make comments on his podcast about how he would never play for Memphis, even though Memphis wanted him. And, you know, we obviously know about their recent history in the postseason and the flagrant fouls. I believe the Dylan Brooks foul on Gary Payton II, right, and Draymond's flagrant foul. So there's some bad blood here as Ja gets the steal and the easy deuce. It's already 15-5, and this score is going to get worse. Remember, the Grizzlies put a bad blowout loss on the Warriors in the playoffs a couple years back in that same series, right? One of the worst Warriors losses ever. And this one is pretty close to it. I think, you know, these teams, they really dread that Memphis, if I'm being honest, right? Like, a lot of NBA players, when they come to Memphis, I'm from Memphis, so I can say this. You know, a lot of times you're bound to your hotel, and I actually know somebody that works at the hotel, or knew somebody that worked at the hotel in Memphis where the NBA players stay. You know, when I don't want to go too far in this because I'm probably not supposed to be saying this, but in a city like Memphis, I know for a fact LeBron and Steph Curry don't leave their room, right? So they can't leave their room pretty much. I think Steph maybe left his room one time when the Warriors had James Wiseman to go watch. They retired James Wiseman's jersey. He played high school ball in Memphis, so they retired his jersey. So Steph left the room to be a part of that tribute, to be a good teammate. But just for the record, there's security that guards LeBron's and Steph's rooms at all times in Memphis. They stay downtown right next to the arena. And I bring that up to say, a lot of players, because Memphis is Memphis is a blue chip city. It's got a lot going on, right? A lot of players don't move around in Memphis. So if you don't have your A game in Memphis, especially just a random regular night in the regular season, and we're right by Christmas, especially bringing in a new player, just lost Melton, a good guy in the locker room as Larivia nails a three. If you don't have your A game, a lot of guys just kind of folded. Some of the worst losses we've seen in the last couple of years. Go look at the Milwaukee Bucks. They've had a couple of bad losses in Memphis. And this Warriors team had a couple bad losses. If you don't bring your A game early and often, you're ready to quit. And that's what happened to Golden State. They got hit in the mouth, and they really never responded by this really good Memphis team. Y'all better wake it up. Memphis is good again, y'all. Memphis is good again. You're going to have to wake it up again. You're going to have to make this trip. You know, I grew up in the era where guys like Kobe and LeBron didn't take this trip for granted. As Saudi Aldama nails a three, it's already a 25-point. Can't take Memphis for granted, y'all. They good. When they want to be good, they're good. They're inconsistent, but they can do this to anybody any given night. Warriors down 24. What up, y'all? If I have not introduced myself properly, I'm yours true, the one and only Pharaoh. I do this every night of the NBA season. I got a sponsor that's Underdog. You know, you want to tap in and win some free money. Put it like this. Steph Curry had 2 points in this game. So if you would have took a higher on Steph Curry's points, what does he average, around 24, 25 points a game, you would have lost. If you would have went under Steph Curry, or lower, you would have won some money. Because this is probably one of his worst games of his career. But if you would have took maybe like Saudi Aldama, here, let me check his stats from this game. Let's say they said Saudi Aldama was going. If Underdog, my great sponsor, said Saudi Aldama is going to score 14 points in this game, do you believe he'll go higher or lower.
Wiggins is wide open and puts in another three. His fourth of the game.
Well, Saudi Adama had 21 points. You would have won. If you go higher, you would have won some money. You get 2 picks right, you win some money. All right, as simple as that. The promo code is Pharaoh. You helped me and my family out this holiday season. I'm appreciative of your love. This game is over right now. We're about to start removing some starters, so I'm not going to take too much long. I will offer this. The Warriors got off to a great start this year, but, man, are they struggling right now out west, which is one of the reasons why they made the Schroder trade. I got some bad news for Schroder maybe, and definitely that Warriors team. They are falling. I mean, they're in their last 10. They're 2-8. As Jaren nails the three, they're gonna have to make another trade quickly. I remember checking the standings and they were like number 2 out west, maybe even number 1. They fall in the 10th right now, and we're not even at All-Star Weekend yet. It's still early, and nobody's running away with the West. Thunder are number 1, but everybody else is within striking distance of one another. The Grizzlies are number 2 in the West. After this win, they're going to 19-9. The Warriors are only 3 games in the loss column behind the Grizz. I mean, if you're looking at this game right now, it's a 49-point game. It does not appear like these two teams are 3 games away in the loss column by either plan.
You thought that the Grizzlies had a chance to win this game because
Warriors got to make another trade. And Desmond Bane's having an awful year, right? And the Memphis Grizzlies, because Bane goes and gets him a deuce. What did Bane have in this one?
It was nice for Desmond Bane to have.
Why did I just bring up Bane having an awful year?
Healed the rebound. Goes right at Pippen.
He had 15 points in this one.
And it drops in.
Ja Morant only had 9 points. Edie had 8 points. That's what I'm trying to point I'm making. Wells only had 13. Jaren Jackson only had 17. He only had to play 20 minutes. You know, these Grizzlies, this wasn't like you got the greatest game from the Grizzlies starters. The Warriors just didn't bring their D game to Memphis. Not only did they not bring their A game, this is a 50-point game. I mean, in the NBA today, with a team that's got Steph on it, they got 59 points. And we're pretty much in the fourth quarter. This is embarrassing. They got 59 points in the fourth quarter. They just scored 61. This is embarrassing. This is so bad. We don't even have to finish this. I could get out of here now and say I did my job for this video. This is embarrassing, y'all. Like, come on, Golden State. And I'm going to say this because I love Steph, and I mentioned his 2 points. 0 for 7 from the field. Didn't even make a field goal in this game. I bet he's probably never done that in his career, or definitely not 5 times. You know, Steph Curry had a stinker of a game. LeBron has had some stinkers this year, but nowhere near this. If LeBron were to have a game like this, I think even today, still, LeBron will be the talk of mainstream media. Steph's not going to be the talk of mainstream media, and I want people to realize that when we have those Steph versus LeBron convos. There have been times in Steph's career where he gets away with things LeBron would never be able to get away with. Everybody want to highlight the finals, but look at this mess right now. Steph, I would still say, is in the back end of his prime, a few years younger than LeBron. So definitely LeBron at 36 would have still got scrutinized and crucified for a 2-point game. That's bad. That's bad. Again, these legends are kind of rewriting history with the length of when they're playing. The problem is they leave themselves open to be scrutinized and criticized. I mean, guys like Isaiah Thomas, the legend. If you love flexing your sports knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports and win some money while you're at it. That's Underdog. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you got to do is go to the Underdog website or app. You got to pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that specific game. You get your picks right, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use your boy's promo code, which is Pharaoh, Your deposit will get matched up to $1,000 is available to you in bonus cash. You can't beat that. Tap in with Underdog. My promo code is Pharaoh.